Imagine a home that doesn't just sit on the landscape, but rises directly out of it, carved from the very stone and earth of the Greek coast. Nestled in the dramatic seaside area of Agios Georgios, the Toward the Sun Summerhouse is a masterclass in modern Mediterranean architecture. Designed by the visionary architects Tassos Biris and Sofia Tsiraki, this coastal holiday home is a celebration of raw, brutalist beauty meeting the soft, endless horizon of the Aegean Sea. Built from exposed concrete, glass, and rough-cut stone walls, it is designed to capture every drop of Mediterranean sunlight, creating a perfect sanctuary where indoor and outdoor living become one. From high above, you can see how the residence is meticulously stitched into the rugged coastline. The house occupies a dramatic cliff edge, positioned to catch the sun's trajectory from dawn until dusk while gazing out at the deep turquoise waters. An access road winds its way down the hillside, leading to a cluster of stone and concrete forms that mirror the shapes of the cliffs surrounding them. This bird's-eye perspective highlights the project's footprint, showing how the swimming pool and various terraces are carved directly into the rocky terrain, creating a series of flat platforms that step down toward the water. It's an inspiring way to think about building on a challenging slope, working with the natural contours rather than fighting against them. As you get closer, the vastness of the Aegean Sea takes center stage, and you realize just how private and protected this home feels. Perched on a steep, rocky outcrop, the stone volumes blend seamlessly with the dry, golden grasses and sun-baked earth, making the house almost disappear into the hillside when viewed from a distance. This positioning is all about framing the water. From here, the horizon stretches out infinitely, offering uninterrupted views of distant islands and calm waters. It's the ultimate setting for a summer getaway, where the boundary between the sky and the sea feels almost non-existent. Looking down toward the bay, you can see how the home overlooks a sheltered cove where sailboats quietly anchor in the calm, azure waters. The architecture responds directly to this view, using staggered stone towers and sloping concrete slabs that mimic the natural angles of the surrounding hills. This view illustrates how the home balances protection and openness. The heavy stone walls shield the living spaces from strong coastal winds, while the large openings face the water, inviting the soothing sea breeze and the sound of the waves inside. Moving around the side of the house, the interplay between concrete and stone becomes even more apparent. The architects used board-formed concrete slabs to create sharp, dramatic overhangs that provide vital shade from the intense Greek sun. The flat roofs are covered in local river pebbles and gravel, a clever design choice that helps the structure blend into the dry terrain when viewed from above. This angle shows how the home uses height and layering to create privacy. Low-lying shrubs and native vegetation are planted along the edge of the pathways, softening the raw concrete lines and anchoring the building firmly to the earth. When you stand on the lower path and look up, the building takes on a monumental quality, rising like a modern fortress from the hillside. The vertical stone towers are punctuated by small, deeply recessed windows, reminiscent of traditional Mediterranean architecture designed to keep the heat out. Beside these solid stone volumes, angled concrete roofs shoot out over the slopes like wings. It's a beautiful contrast, the heavy, ancient feel of the stone walls combined with the light, dynamic energy of the concrete prows. Closer to the earth, the rugged beauty of the site is left wild and untouched. Splashes of purple wildflowers and hardy coastal shrubs cling to the rocky slopes, showing how the house respects the existing ecology of the Greek coast. Above this wild landscape, the concrete details of the house appear almost sculptural. A concrete pergola with extending joists provides a structural frame for climbing vines to grow, which will eventually cast dappled shade over the upper terraces, while a sharp concrete prow jets out dramatically toward the open water. Stepping onto the upper terraces, you get a real sense of the home's scale and how people interact with the space. A central concrete pathway cuts through the heart of the project, dividing the stone volumes and leading down toward a private lap pool that seems to spill directly into the sea. Standing on the concrete roof terrace, the views are nothing short of breathtaking. It's easy to imagine spending warm afternoons here, looking out over the sparkling water and watching the sun make its daily journey across the sky. As you walk down the main concrete ramp, the architecture frames the sea in a spectacular way. On one side, an angled board-formed concrete wall rises up, its raw texture catching the sunlight and showing the grain of the wooden forms used to cast it. A simple, sharp triangular window punctures the wall, adding to the geometric play of shapes. On the other side, the gravel-filled roof of the lower volume acts as a natural extension of the landscape. The ramp guides you directly toward the swimming pool, creating a sense of anticipation as the blue water draws closer and closer. At the end of the pathway lies the main outdoor terrace, a sun-drenched space designed for long, lazy lunches and evening gatherings. A simple dining setup and outdoor loungers sit on a smooth concrete deck, sheltered by a wooden beam pergola that filters the intense midday light. The star of this terrace is the swimming pool, which is housed in a dramatic concrete structure that projects outward over the cliffside. Swimming here must feel like floating directly over the Aegean, with nothing but water stretching out before you. Looking back from the edge of the pool, you can see how the interior spaces open up completely to the deck. A deep concrete overhang creates a shaded veranda, supported by a slender concrete column. The floor-to-ceiling glass sliding doors can be pushed entirely aside, eliminating any boundary between the indoor living room and the outdoor pool area. A wooden deck extension provides a warm, tactile surface for sun loungers, contrasting beautifully with the cool gray concrete and the earthy stone columns. It's a masterclass in material selection, balancing warm and cool textures to create a relaxed, resort-like atmosphere. From directly overhead, the house reveals itself as a beautiful puzzle of geometric forms. You can clearly see how the pool, the wooden deck, the gravel roofs, and the concrete terraces fit together to cover the hillside. This layout is highly functional, zoning the home into distinct areas for sunbathing, dining, and swimming, all while maintaining a compact footprint. It shows how careful planning can maximize outdoor living space on a steep and rocky site. Stepping inside, the transition between indoors and outdoors is incredibly smooth. The board-formed concrete ceiling flows continuously from the interior living room out to the covered veranda, drawing your eyes toward the pool and the ocean beyond. Inside, the walls are made of the same rough-cut stone as the exterior, creating a cozy, cave-like feel that is grounded and secure. A narrow slit window near the ceiling lets in a sharp beam of sunlight, illuminating the concrete textures and highlighting the height of the space. The living room itself is designed for relaxation, featuring low-profile, modular sofas in warm, sandy tones. A thick, textured, shaggy rug adds warmth and comfort underfoot, balancing the cool concrete floor. Large glass walls wrap around the space, showcasing the rocky mountain face on one side and the sea on the other. A concrete half wall with built-in wooden shelving separates the seating area from the rest of the house, keeping the space feeling open yet defined. Looking down from the upper landing, the dramatic slope of the concrete ceiling becomes the defining feature of the room. It angles upward, creating a lofty, airy volume that channels light deep into the space. A massive window at the back looks out onto a gravel garden planted with cacti and desert grasses, bordered by a stone retaining wall. This split-level design creates interesting vantage points throughout the house, making the interior feel dynamic and connected to the landscape at every level. Turning toward the staircase, the connection to the earth is felt even more intensely. A massive glass window runs the full height of the wall, framing the rugged rock face of the mountain just inches away. It feels as though the house is nestled in a natural stone cleft. A long wooden counter runs along the ledge of the upper level, offering a place to display books or art, while a concrete staircase with minimal railings leads up to the private quarters, marked by the soft, blurred motion of someone moving through the home. The dining area is a bright, sunlit space situated between two large sliding glass doors, offering views of the sea on both sides. A simple wooden table and chairs sit under a delicate, hanging paper lantern, creating an understated and elegant setting for meals. In the background, the kitchen is tucked neatly against a stone wall. A long, horizontal window sits right above the prep counter, turning the sea view into a dynamic backsplash that changes throughout the day. The kitchen itself is a beautiful blend of utility and style. A solid concrete island with an integrated cooktop serves as both a workspace and a breakfast bar, paired with warm wooden stools, including one painted a playful sage green. A retro-style white refrigerator and open wooden shelves keep the vibe casual and uncluttered. It's a great example of how a minimalistic kitchen can still feel incredibly warm and inviting through the use of natural wood and tactile concrete. Moving deeper into the home, a dark steel staircase contrasts sharply with the stone walls and concrete ceilings. This staircase leads up to the bedroom level, while a concrete ramp descends into the lower guest quarters. This intersection of levels showcases the complexity of the home's layout. Every corner reveals a new path or a hidden view, illuminated by skylights and warm, custom lighting fixtures that highlight the rich textures of the materials. Descending the staircase from the bedroom area, you are bathed in natural light from a large angled skylight above. The skylight frames a view of the blue sky and the rugged mountaintops, keeping you connected to the outdoors even as you move between rooms. The board-formed concrete walls lining the stairs have a soft, woody texture, complementing the warm timber wardrobes. At the bottom of the stairs, a glass door opens to a small, private pocket garden featuring a single cactus against the rock face. The master bedroom is the ultimate retreat, designed with a built-in bed platform nestled into a cozy concrete alcove. The room is surrounded by exposed stone walls and concrete surfaces, creating a serene, cocoon-like atmosphere. A long concrete bench running along the window wall serves as both seating and storage. Large sliding glass doors lead out to a private balcony, allowing you to wake up to the sight and sound of the ocean every single morning. Looking at the room from another angle, the clever storage and layout solutions become clear. A custom concrete headboard doubles as a room divider and console, housing reading lights and bedside storage. Behind the bed, wooden wardrobes and open shelving are built directly into the concrete structure, maximizing space and keeping the room clutter-free. The warm wood tones soften the raw concrete, making the bedroom feel cozy and inviting. Back in the living room, the way light plays across the stone walls is mesmerizing. A high skylight casts a dramatic diagonal beam of light across the rough stone, highlighting its natural textures and colors. Through a stone archway, your gaze is drawn down a corridor to the outdoors, where a figure stands looking out at the blue sea. This visual connection to the horizon is present in almost every room, ensuring you never feel far from the water. Looking down from above, the structural details of the outdoor stairs look like a piece of modern art. The clean, sharp edges of the concrete steps contrast with the rough stone wall and the pebble-filled roof next to it. A simple concrete handrail with a metallic detail is integrated into the design. It's a wonderful reminder of how even the most functional elements of a house, like a staircase, can be designed with a high level of artistic detail. Outside, the cantilevered concrete roof slabs project far beyond the stone walls, pointing straight toward the sea. These thick, board-formed slabs appear to float effortlessly, separated from the stone walls by narrow ribbon windows. This detail is both beautiful and functional. It protects the glass facades from the hot summer sun while creating a striking architectural silhouette against the blue sky. The geometric theme continues with the sharp, triangular roof peaks that mimic the slopes of the surrounding hills. These concrete gables frame triangular windows that bring light into the upper levels of the house. Set against the deep blue sea and the distant mountains, these sharp angles create a beautiful contrast with the organic shapes of the landscape, emphasizing the house's role as a man-made addition to a wild site. As late afternoon approaches, the concrete structures take on a warm golden hue. The overlapping planes of the roofs and walls create deep shadows and bright highlights, showcasing the sculptural quality of the architecture. The board-marked texture of the concrete is highlighted by the low-angled sun, giving the modern material a tactile, organic quality that feels at home in this rugged setting. From this angle, the concrete roofs look like sails rising from behind the golden rocks of the hillside. In the distance, a solitary white sailboat glides across the calm blue waters of the bay. It's a peaceful scene that captures the essence of summer in Greece: sun, sea, and simple, beautiful forms that harmonize with the environment. As the sun begins to set, the entire hillside is bathed in a soft, warm glow. The stone volumes of the house, scattered across the rocky terrain, look like a collection of small, ancient dwellings that have always been here. Warm lights begin to turn on inside the home, glowing through the large windows and creating a welcoming, cozy atmosphere against the cooling evening sky. At twilight, the pool becomes a perfect mirror, reflecting the vibrant orange and pink colors of the sunset. The water is perfectly still, blending with the calm sea in the distance. Under the concrete pavilion, the wooden deck is cast in warm light, offering a magical spot to sit and watch the stars come out over the Aegean. As night falls, a soft mist rolls in over the water, blanketing the coast and making the house look as if it is floating above the clouds. The warm yellow light from the windows glows brightly against the cool blue of the twilight sky. The stone and concrete forms are silhouetted against the horizon, looking secure, solid, and perfectly at peace in their wild coastal home. The Toward the Sun Summerhouse is more than just a place to stay. It is an experience of nature, light, and architecture in perfect harmony. By embracing raw materials like concrete and stone and designing spaces that constantly draw the eye back to the sea, Tassos Biris and Sofia Tsiraki have created a home that feels both ancient and modern. It is a true inspiration for anyone looking to build a space that respects its environment while offering a luxurious, sun-drenched sanctuary to disconnect from the world.